This is grade 5, module 6, lesson 5, and the objective in this module is to investigate patterns in vertical and horizontal lines and interpret points on the plane as distances from the axis. Okay, so we're going to be looking at question number 2 from the homework, and it says plot the following points on the coordinate plane to the right. So let's go ahead and do that first. Okay, so we plotted H, I, J, and K, and we're going to use the straight edge to draw a line to connect these points and label that line. Okay, and I made that in green and we're going to label that F. It says in line F, X is equal to blank for all values of Y. So if we look at all of the points, we notice that all of the X values were 3/4. So all the points on line F, the X values are going to be 3/4. Okay, so C says circle the correct word. Line F is parallel or perpendicular to the x-axis. Well, this is the x-axis right here. So it's perpendicular, not parallel to that. It's perpendicular to the x-axis. And line F is parallel or perpendicular to the y-axis. Well, this is the y-axis, and that would be parallel. So line F is parallel. And D says, what pattern occurs in the coordinate pairs that make line F vertical? And that's something we already talked about in B, and the pattern that occurred for all of those pairs were that the X value, or the X for each X in the coordinate pair, was 3/4. So the next homework problem we're going to do is question number 3, and it says for each pair of points below, think about the line that joins them. For which pairs is the line parallel to the x-axis? Circle your answers. Without plotting them, explain how you know. So A has the coordinate pairs at 3 and 2/10 and 7 and 5, 7. And B has 8 and 8 and 4/10 and 8 and 8 and 8/10. C is 6.5 and 12 and 6 2/10 and 11. So we're just thinking about these. I see that in B we have the x coordinates are the same here, and in A we have the y coordinates the same. But in C, none of them are the same. So I do know that if none of them are the same, they won't be parallel to the x or y axis. So now I have to think about which one is going to be parallel to the x-axis. Is it A or is it B? So I know that if I have the x coordinates are the same here, then these two coordinates are going to be on the same vertical line, and the vertical line is going to be running up and down, where the x-axis runs horizontally. So if I'm looking, A is going to be the correct answer because 7 on the y, as the y part of the coordinate pair, is going to make this line that goes between those 2 points, it's going to make that one horizontal, just like the x-axis. So my answer is 3 and 2/10 and 7 and 5 and 7 are both points on a line parallel to the x-axis because the y value in both points are the same.